You know those characters in movies and books who have the power to make a difference, but are hesitant to step up? Those types of characters are called reluctant heroes. Characters who hesitate to embrace a heroic calling at first, but eventually rise to the occasion, are intriguing to us because it's often human nature to question whether we have the ability, power, or position to help someone or some cause. Characters like Frodo in Lord of the Rings and Sarah Connor in The Terminator start off as ordinary individuals thrust into extraordinary circumstances, and their reluctance to confront a particular call to action makes them seem more realistic and relatable. But is the reluctant hero mindset an approach we can afford to continue taking in real life these days? Let's examine the high stakes we face and why your unique abilities are needed now more than ever. Finally, I'll share powerful tips to help you overcome reluctance and embrace your heroic potential. Let's dive in, my fellow heroes in the making. First, let's talk about the existential threats we currently face. Climate change is bringing us record numbers of deaths from heat exhaustion week after week this summer. Then there's the social unrest on our doorsteps, technological disruption in our workplace, the looming specter of dangerous political agendas in the United States, and the resurgence of fascism across the globe, threatening to undermine democracy itself. These are not problems that will solve themselves while we wait on the sidelines. Doing nothing is tantamount to letting the forces of destruction win. As a wise man once said, "The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing." We all have a moral obligation to stand up and fight for what's right. The challenges we face demand bold, proactive changemakers, not passive bystanders. Reluctant heroes who avoid taking action are essentially sticking their heads in the sand, hoping someone else will save the day. But there is no cavalry coming. It's up to us to be the heroes our world needs. It's not just about preventing negative outcomes. Reluctance leads to missing out on incredible opportunities to make a positive impact on the world. Imagine having a chance to blow the whistle on unethical behavior at work, but hesitating to speak up leads to scores of people getting sick. Or finding yourself in the middle of a racially motivated tirade, but choosing to slink away instead of taking a stand causes someone to get hurt. These are critical life moments that haunt reluctant heroes the rest of their lives. In the movies, reluctant heroes enjoy a dramatic do-over, a chance to make things right. But in real life, those pivotal opportunities often pass us by while we hesitate on the sidelines. Now, more than ever, when the universe presents us with the chance to do good, we must seize it with gusto. Let's explore some key traits of reluctant heroes and the consequences of inaction. Reluctant heroes often doubt their own abilities, thinking they need to be perfect or have special or supernatural powers even to make a difference. But the truth is, we all have unique talents, strengths, and skills that can make a heroic impact. It could be your creativity, compassion, courage, resilience, problem-solving skills, or ability to inspire others that makes an extraordinary impact when applied toward a good cause. Take Ellen Ripley from the Alien films, for example. After her traumatic experience with the alien in the first movie, she initially refuses to get involved when asked to investigate why communications were lost with a remote human colony in the sequel. But she eventually overcomes her reluctance, suits up, and takes on the alien threat in spectacular fashion, cementing herself as one of cinema's greatest heroines. Her experience and abilities made her uniquely qualified to save the day. While you may not always feel as capable as Ripley, don't underestimate the power of your ordinary abilities when applied with extraordinary courage. Reluctant heroes often fear failure, so they avoid taking risks. But in reality, failure is just a stepping stone on the path to success. Every hero fails at one time or many. The key is getting back up and trying again. Embracing a growth mindset, believing you can learn and improve, is crucial to overcoming the fear of failure. Another common trait is waiting for the perfect moment to take action. But as the saying goes, perfect is the enemy of good. Waiting for a flawless plan or ideal circumstance seldom leads to success. Simply take your first small step, even if it's an imperfect one. The consequences of inaction are clear. Problems grow bigger, injustice prevails, and the reluctant hero is left with regrets. We owe it to ourselves and the world to do better. What finally motivates a reluctant hero to take action in movies? Often it's a combination of factors. An external event may force their hand, or a mentor pushes them to embrace their destiny. For others, it's the endangerment of loved ones or a cause they believe in. And let's not forget the power of self-belief when they finally realize they have what it takes to make a difference. How do we shake off the shackles of the reluctant hero and become the proactive change makers the world needs? How do we realize our full potential? The answer is action. Here are 5 powerful tips to ensure you are taking initiative, remaining proactive rather than sidetracking your progress with fear and hesitation. Connect with your core values and passions. Reflect on what matters most to you, and let those values guide you toward causes that ignite your motivation to act. Look for causes that align with your values and let your authentic self shine through. Find the places and opportunities where you can make the most impact by being uniquely you. It's also important to examine the fears and doubts holding you back. Acknowledge them, but don't let them control you. Start with small acts of everyday courage. Build your heroic self gradually. Speak up at a meeting, stand for a cause, try something new. With each courageous act, your confidence will grow. Find heroic role models and mentors. Surround yourself with inspiring examples of ordinary people doing extraordinary things. Real-life history is full of reluctant heroes. Take Alvin York, a World War I soldier who initially claimed conscientious objector status, but went on to become a highly decorated war hero. Or Neil Armstrong, the first man on the moon, who shied away from the limelight despite his monumental achievement. These ordinary people didn't seek out heroism, but when a pivotal moment came, they rose to the occasion. Let their stories give you courage. Reframe your fear as a call to act. Ask yourself, what would a hero do in this situation? Then take a deep breath and do that, even if your heart is pounding. Remember, heroism isn't about being fearless. It's about being courageous in the face of fear. It's about doing what's right even when that seems hard to do. Take bold action. Volunteer for a cause you believe. Even though your time and resources are limited, at some point you just have to take a leap, trusting that your small efforts will make a valuable difference. Start before you feel ready and learn as you go. And if you're not convinced that our current situation demands bold heroism from all of us, consider the looming threat of Project 2025. Crafted by powerful and influential conservative think tanks, this manifesto ominously serves as a roadmap for a future administration to dramatically expand presidential power, replace thousands of civil servants with partisan loyalists, restrict civil rights, and impose hardline conservative Christian ideology across every sector of government. Critics have deemed Project 2025 a blueprint for transforming the U.S. into an authoritarian state. It poses grave dangers to democracy, civil liberties, and global stability. In the face of such an existential threat to our democratic institutions and values, we cannot afford to be reluctant heroes any longer. We cannot sit on the sideline and hope someone else will save the day. It's up to each and every one of us to find our courage, make a stand, and fight for the future we believe in. To put it another way, the only thing necessary for Project 2025 to succeed is for good people to do nothing. As part of the hero's journey in transformative storytelling, the reluctant, ordinary layperson always ends up embracing his or her destiny and rising to the challenge. The problems we face now may seem insurmountable for any one hero to solve alone. But if we each commit to overcoming our reluctance and taking bold action, together we can change the world. So I invite you to reflect upon this. What is the heroic role you've been reluctant to step into? What cause is calling you to be especially courageous today? Whatever your answer, now is the time to embrace your heroic potential. I challenge you to take concrete action to support it this very minute. Our planet doesn't need more hesitant bystanders. It needs brave, committed, proactive heroes. It needs you. And remember that, big or small, every action makes a world of difference. To launch or reignite your epic journey, leave us a comment below, sharing how you plan to overcome reluctance and embrace your inner hero this very moment. And if this episode inspired you, hit that like button and subscribe for more content to help unleash your epic potential. Remember, your journey to heroism starts with a single, courageous step. You've got this, hero! As your loyal and trusty sidekick, I bid you, be well, do extraordinary things, and live a story-charmed life.